Hey, what's up, Southside family, Miltonians, and anybody watching this? I just got wrapped up recording the last of 3 testimonies that we're going to be sharing on Easter Sunday. And I can't think of a more enjoyable part of my job, my responsibility, my role, and my calling than to film people's stories with God and then share them. It's one of the best things that I get to do. It's one of the most meaningful things that I get to do, and that's such a privilege and honor to both walk through life's ups and downs with people and then also be a part of them sharing that story. And then I can't think of a better thing to do on Easter Sunday than to just hear about what God is doing through people's lives. And that's what we're going to do on Easter Sunday, like we have for the last quite a few years, and we're continuing that tradition this year. This year at Southside for Easter, we've got a few things happening I want to tell you about. And then just after this, I'm going to show you a preview of a few of all 3 of those stories because you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. And you really want to be here in the room to celebrate the baptism happening on Easter. So before we get there, Friday, we have a Good Friday communion service happening at 10:30 right here at 200 Main Street. Everybody's welcome to join us for that. And we hope that everybody does as we observe communion, the bread and the cup, and pay a little bit more attention to the body that was broken and the blood that was spilled on the cross for us on Good Friday at 10:30 here, 10:30 a.m. Of course that is. And then Sunday, big day Sunday, we are going to be doing our sunrise service at Rattlesnake Point as per usual. This year, we have our friends at Red Hill Church joining us on the hill, so it's going to be amazing. It's going to be wild. It's going to be hundreds of us out there waiting and anticipating the sunrise, and then doing a simple, short liturgy up on the hill together. I think sunrise this year is around 7 a.m. We're aiming to get at the gate at 6:30 a.m. So aim to be there in line, ready to get into the park for 6:30 a.m. and join us for that liturgy. As a reminder, it costs us as a church about $10 per person because we do have to pay for people to go into the park. And so if you can plan on contributing about that per family member, unless of course you have a parks pass, then you're free. We'll count it all up and we'll figure out what we owe the town of Halton or Halton Conservation after that. But if you don't have a parks pass, please plan on contributing that towards it because that comes out of our pocket. And then we're going to be joining back here at 200 Main Street for breakfast together. We have Lori Spurl and a team of people who are not just providing breakfast for us, but also paying for it. So it's free for us this year. What a gift, what a blessing, what generosity that is. That's going to be at 8:30 and on here in the building. We're going to have the building set up to eat together around tables. And then for an hour and a half, we'll be eating together, hanging out. And then around 10:30 is when our service is actually going to formally start. Now, you may not know this, but we're going to be way over capacity, I imagine, in our main hall. So we're going to be eating all over the building, but we're actually going to be standing room only here in the main hall for the whole service. It's not going to be a super long service. We're going to be doing music together, and we're going to be doing video testimonies and baptisms. That's what we're going to be doing for the morning. And we're not going to have most of our seats out. We're going to be standing for most of that time. Kids, families, everyone is included in that. There will be some chairs, some of our tall chairs around tables that will be available for those who need to take a seat. And for those who have there's a physical barrier to standing for the whole time. But for the rest of us, plan on standing room only, worship, video testimonies, and baptism for the morning, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be amazing. I'm thrilled about it. I'm really excited about it, and these stories is actually going to be the primary part. Worshiping Jesus, worshiping King Jesus, worshiping Jesus for resurrection life as embodied by him 2,000 years ago, and then hearing stories of lives being resurrected by God's grace today, and then dunking people. It's going to be so fun. So, like I said, I promised you, there's a couple of clips here for you to watch. You can see a little bit of a preview for what's going to happen next weekend. You don't want to miss it. Plan on being here with your family. Everybody's invited, friends, family. We're going to make room for everybody who wants to be here to celebrate together. Next Easter, coming up. We're excited about it. We'll see you there.
God offers us forgiveness, and in his forgiveness is a fresh start, wiping away guilt and shame. And 2 Corinthians 3:18 tells me that in Christ we are all being transformed into the same image from one degree of glory to another. For this comes from the Lord who is the Spirit. I want to be transformed and changed
Baptism to me means a physical representation of your dedication to the Lord in Christ. And why I chose to do it now is because a couple months ago, I started really accepting Christ into my life and really moving forward with it and trying to bring people there and just talking about it more often. And it opened my heart, and I feel like my life has been just so amazing since then.
Since deciding to follow Jesus, I would say I found a lot more hope and just excited for the plans that God has for me, like He said in His Word.